Welcome to the Stodcast here at Berkshire Schools, where our goal is to encourage, inspire, and prepare our students. And you're going to learn about all things Berkshire on the Stodcast. And today we're going to have our summer edition, since it is June and we're on the summer. And all the kids and most of the teachers have gone home, but there are a few brave souls still here and doing some projects and working. So we're going to talk to you a little bit about what goes on in June and into July here on the Stodcast. And my first guest with us today is Mr. Al Vontorcik.
How you doing, John?
Great. And Al is our Director of Maintenance and Technology for Berkshire. And listeners might wonder, what do maintenance and technology have to do with each other? Mr. Vontorcik, can you tell us how they're related?
You know, in a new building like this, everything is tech, from the cameras to the door unlocks to the lighting systems, you name it, there's tech involved somewhere. So our guys got to be versed in both sides of the fence.
Awesome. And you do a lot with both maintenance and technology. Can you talk to us about maybe some of the maintenance projects that are going on right now?
Sure thing. So the guys go through the classrooms, they spackle the holes that get poked in the wall, they repaint.
You mean there might be damage to the walls, or
just a little bit?
Yeah, you think the kids bump their desks into the walls and things like that?
I don't think it's purposeful.
Okay.
But we do take care of all the little dings and nicks that happen, over the year, but we take care of it all.
I saw one of the hallways, there were lots of desks and chairs out in the hallway. What are we doing that for?
What we do is we pull all the desks and chairs out. We scrub the carpets, clean around the bottoms, and then move everything back in, clean the desks, clean the tables, and then Justin, one of our IT guys here, resets everything up, like the touch screens and the phones, make sure everything's working for day one when students return.
Awesome. Any other maintenance projects happening this summer?
We replace HVAC filters, which, in your house you have one filter. We've got about 50 and one air handler, which we have 10. So there's hundreds of air filters that need changed. We pressure wash the outside, clean sidewalks. We inspect the doors to make sure they actually latch, which that's kind of important too.
Sure. Yeah, I also noticed a few playground inspections.
Actually, we just had both gym floors refinished.
Okay.
We have inspections that go all summer. So our fire alarm system, fire extinguishers, our playground, our bleachers get inspected every year.
Make sure those things are all safe and ready to use when teachers and kids come back to school?
Absolutely.
All right. Now, in addition to a lot of those maintenance projects that are going on, in fact, when we walked in here, I could smell the lacquer from the gym floor being refinished. Probably got lots of tech projects going on as well, right?
Yeah, we do. We've got 1,400 kids or so. Each one of them's got a Chromebook. So I'm not going to say kids destroy Chromebooks, but it's accidental. So we have to touch the majority of the Chromebooks every summer, upgrade them, make sure they work, all the keys are working.
You're replacing keys. You're getting down to that fine of a detail?
Yeah, we'll replace the whole keyboard.
Oh, okay.
And we swap them with a dead unit just to save a little bit of money in the long run.
Okay. And do you have help to do that over the summer?
Yeah. So back in 2021, we started with having one intern here to help us with general IT and maintenance type things. And that kind of grew over the years into having two basically IT interns here, students that go to school here who have an interest in technology. We hire them for the summer. They're here 6-7 hours a day.
So we have student interns that are Berkshire students that work and get technology experience in the summer.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yep, and there's also a program through the state. I think it's called Youth Opportunities Unlimited, so it's a state-recognized thing, and I believe they receive a credential upon graduation for doing this.
Yeah, they get an IT credential, and the state also reimburses us for some of the costs of paying the students for the internship, because it is a paid internship. They're not just volunteering their time, right?
Yeah. And, I've told these students, hey, when you go out and get a job, feel free to put me on your resume that, you actually worked here. They can call me. I'll tell them how well you did.
Can you give us a couple of examples of some of the things that those students will do over the summer?
Sure. We got a grant from the Schlink Foundation, and we replaced all of the computers in one of our computer labs. So he replaced about 20. Ben replaced about 20 computers, loaded software, set them all up, made sure they all worked. Then what I did is I sent Savannah in to QC his work to make sure everything got done. I think he might have missed one or two things, but so that whole classroom's got brand new computers. That the old ones were from probably 2016 or so.
Wow. And QC, for those listening, is quality control.
Yep.
Make sure that we're doing all that right. Now, I know a couple of years ago we switched out the phone system.
Yes.
And did our student interns help with that as well?
Yes. Last year when we switched out the phone system, we had to go around, reset every one of them. They had to put a secret code in the keypad to get them to register. And we sent them with a key and sent each one of them a different direction.
So they touched every phone in the entire building?
Every phone.
Which is probably more than 200.
Over 200, yes.
Yeah. So good thing we had student interns to help with that.
That saves on my sneakers.
Awesome. And how do they do with direction? How are the students?
They're really good. Ben goes to Auburn for cybersecurity, so he has a pretty good background in just basic computer operations. Savannah is really interested in the makerspace stuff. So, in the 3D printers and the graphics part of it. So, there's an interest in both of them. They both follow directions really well.
Awesome. And then in the past, we've had some students who have gone on to do things with IT in college after they leave us.
Yes. Past couple years, where did Cross go? I forgot. He went to a pretty big college. One of our other interns was helping in the auditorium with our stage lighting and sound system. When we moved into this building, not really IT related, well, kind of, they helped move everything out of the old buildings, brought it here, hooked it all up.
Awesome. So our students not only going to school here, but also helping to maintain and keep this building running, and they're getting paid and getting certifications and graduation credentials for doing that, right?
That's right.
Awesome. Well, Al, is there anything that we didn't talk about in terms of maintenance, tech, or summer programs that you think people should know?
I don't think so. These interns, 80 to 90% of their time here is working on tech stuff. So it gives them a pretty broad picture of what an enterprise environment looks like computer-wise. And we just let them go and help them along the way.
Awesome. Well, thanks for joining us again. Hopefully all of our viewers and listeners have learned a lot about our summer maintenance and technology projects and the people that we have to help do those projects. Thanks again, Al, for joining us.
Okay, thanks, John.
Welcome back to the Stodcast, our summer edition, where we're learning about what we do here in June and part of July. I think we'll come in with another update in July. But we're going to learn a lot about what's going on here right now. And my next guest is Mona Leiblich, and Mona is an intervention specialist for Berkshire Schools. Mona, would you mind introducing yourself to the Stodcast audience, and then just tell us a little bit about what you do during the day here?
Sure. Hi, my students call me Mrs. L because it's easier to pronounce. I am currently working as an intervention specialist in the elementary in a room called the NEST program. And in this room, it is for more intensive or significant students with disabilities. And we create a day and would follow a schedule dependent upon their need.
Yeah, so you create a specially designed curriculum for the students.
Specially designed curriculum
and,
for the students.
And you work them through exactly what their goals are on their IEP and make
yes,
sure
and in the general ed setting, because we want to expose and do as much as we can with the general ed
We get
curriculum.
them in class, in a regular classroom as much as possible.
Oh, yes.
So they can be exposed to grade level peers and see what
Yes.
what the regular first, second, third, fourth graders are doing.
Yes.
Just like them. So are you familiar with how we came up with the name Nest?
No, I am not.
Okay, so we were looking for a way to name our programs, and we're Badgers here.
Yes.
So we already had a Badger Den program. So we thought if we could name it some way, so we had a Badger Lab in high school. Middle school, we thought, well, they're a little bit younger, but they still live in the den, so they're the Badger Den because Badgers live in dens. And at the elementary school, they're even smaller, so they're still in the nest. So that's why the elementary school is the nest, and then as they get older, they go into the den, and then as they get even older, they go into the lab, and so that's kind of where we came up with the names of the programs. So
That's wonderful.
pretty cool.
Great. Yes.
Now, in addition to working with the Badger Nest and the elementary students with profound special needs, you also help to run the summer ESY program.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, can you tell us what ESY is?
Sure. ESY means extended school year, and it is for students with those more intensive needs. And the purpose is to prevent our students from losing skills that we've worked on all year long. So we want to work on maintaining those skills, whether they be academic, behavior. We also do a lot of building social skills as well.
So students, normal students who are off June, July, and August in the summer, they also have a little bit of a learning slide, so there's some catch up to do. But with special needs students, that slide is a lot greater.
Correct.
So in order to make sure that they don't slide and they continue to progress, because if they slide, then they're even farther behind their typical peers.
And then it takes so much time to get them back up to where we were.
So we offer them an extended school year.
Yes.
And allow them to kind of continue growing through the summer.
Correct.
Awesome. Can you tell us some of the activities or some of the things that happen here at Extended School Year Camp?
Absolutely. So we know it's summertime. We want to make it fun.
Sure.
We have many different activities throughout our day. We have a yoga class.
Nice.
That Taproot in Chardon comes to teach us yoga. We have a dance, courtesy of the Burton Dance Ballet Company. We do some type of craft that would have our students be able to work on skills such as cutting or gluing things on a paper. We want to work on those fine motor skills. We do some academics.
Got to get those academics in.
We do have to do those academics. We have field trips.
What kind of
every
places do we
week.
go on field trips?
Tomorrow, we have a field trip to Jordan Creek Park.
Okay.
But we are also going to the Cleveland Zoo, the Natural History Museum, and Chip's Clubhouse.
And those field trips really help with their social skills.
Oh, yes, which is very important. Working on those soft skills that everybody needs.
Awesome. What types of academic things do they do at Extended School Year Camp?
So that would be based on their IEP, which means Individualized Educational Program. So based on what skills they need to work on, academic, we work on those.
So really individualized.
It's very individualized.
Each student gets their own attention.
Yes. And we
Awesome.
work on what they need to work on.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, I saw some swimming pools out
Ooh,
by the track.
That is correct. That was so much fun. We do have swimming time every day too.
So we didn't dig a hole or anything, listeners. They have some little kiddie pools out there. It looked
Yes,
like a lot
correct.
of fun, but I refrained from jumping in.
They are having a blast. They're really having a blast.
Is there anything else that you think our listeners would like to know about Extended School Year Camp, or anything that you think is important for us to know?
Well, I think it's really great that we have the opportunity to be with each other. And instead of just being at home on a tablet or watching TV,
Sure.
we're doing things together, and we're going out in the community, and we're exposing them to hopefully a lot more than
Yeah.
Just-
Interacting with their friends. And
Yes.
now, do many of these kids already know each other?
some of them, not all of them.
Okay.
Yes.
So now that they're either connecting with old friends or they're getting to know new people. So
Yes.
more skill building for the kids.
More skill building.
So keep them from sitting in their room on a device or playing video games. They're actually active. If they are playing games here, they're active games. They're moving. They're working on their gross motor and fine motor skills while they're still
Yes.
learning. And then when we transition into the school year, they'll hit the ground running.
Yes.
All right. Awesome. Well, Mrs. Leiblich, thank you so much, or Mrs. L. Thank you so much for joining the Stodcast. I think we learned a lot about extended school year and what we do at the camp here, and hopefully the listeners got a lot out of this as well.
Thank you.
All right, thanks. Thank you for joining us for this summer, the June edition of the Stodcast. We also want to thank Mr. Vontorcik and Mrs. Leiblich for joining us to talk all about our maintenance and technology projects, as well as our extended school year camp. And as always, remember to stay curious, stay connected, and go Badgers.